Toastmasters tip of the day is designed to do one of two things. Either give you a tip on stage and speechcraft, or two, how to get more out of your membership in this club. How many of you giving speeches have wondered, do I have the audience engaged? How many of you have wondered that? How many of you would like to have that silver bullet technique that can engage your audience either at the beginning, in the middle, or even at the end? Anybody want a silver bullet,
Yes.
that technique?
Yes.
Yes.
Got it. I've just demonstrated that technique, the power of questions. Rather than just saying, I'm going to give you a technique on how to engage your audience, I asked, would you be interested? That immediately gets your audience saying, yes, I am interested. And if you see a lot of people going, no, I don't really care, move on, get away from that. See, if you're giving a 2, 3, 4 hour presentation, as several of us have, you need to spice things up. But even with your 6 to 7 minute speeches, it helps frame them. The power of questions. Would you be interested? Would you like this technique? Now that can be your hook, or after you get started, if you think your audience is kind of fading, come back and start with another question. That's a nice way to transition between several parts of your speech. If you have 3 techniques you want to present, you can say, would you like another technique of how to stay out of HR jail? Phrase I used. If I'm giving leadership presentations, as I've done, it's a lot of, how many of you have to do performance counseling? Okay? How many of you have ever wondered whether I'm going to HR jail because I do a poor, and then I go into the techniques. Yeah, you use little terms. The other technique, would y'all like a second technique?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Storytelling. See, I can say, here's a great technique, but then if I give you that example of the technique in use, people will remember stories. They may not always remember the technique because audiences will put their own spin on your story, but they will remember your story. Several of you who've been around this club more than a day may remember George Wyrock. If so, go ahead and raise your hand. All right. George and I were having a short cocktail and a long cigar, and he said, Bud, you need to remember telling this story. He remembered me telling a story of presenting to a general on the beach. Well, that went real quick there, Chad. Went from yellow to red. Thanks. Got it? So, quality of my life is measured by the quality of my questions and use storytelling. And I bet John Ruck can talk about a storytelling episode he's going to have. Mr. Toastman.